Hello guys, welcome back to another Lumby trading video. In this one we're going to be doing some in-depth stock analysis on Pelton, ticker PTON. Now reason for this is we can see it closed right around 24% down on the day, and all this move did happen quite quickly. I mean, it moved down about 20% in near enough 10 minutes. Now why did this happen? They did say they were going to halt production on the majority of their products. So, I mean, that's the reason for the sell-off, because instantly knowing that, you know, future earnings are going to be poorer than they were previously. So yeah, we can see, I mean, news came out around 12:45, and by 1, it was already down, 26 or so%. Now, what we will do is start going for price targets, where we'd be looking to get long, where we'd be looking to get short, and all of that. So as always, we start off on a clean daily chart so we can get any gaps, because gaps are somewhere we can use for price targets. And really there isn't actually too many looking at it. I mean, we have a very obvious one around $86. But apart from that, there's not really too much. I mean, we have one at 55 to kind of keep pushing back to try and fill that gap. But apart from that, yeah, we don't really have any. And the thing we need to also realize is it's not like a normal stock on the news, it's gapping down. Now we know earnings are going to be poorer. We are also coming off highs from more of it being a hype stock. So pushing back to the 55 and 85 is going to be much harder than if it was, say, a stock like JP Morgan, where the overall fundamentals of the company are still strong. So we will now go onto the standard deviation chart so we can start seeing where we expect this to go. And as we can see, it hasn't actually moved outside of the first deviation, which may be surprising. I mean, if this was a normal stock, you would obviously expect it to be outside of the first deviations. But as the stock started the year so high, it has a lot of room really to sell off. And that's one thing looking at this. I mean, we're still not really in a good or low risk long area until we come all the way down to around $17 on Pelton. From $17.40, that's really the first area on Pelton where we would look to start getting long, at least off a standard deviation channels sway. And then also, all the way down at $8.70 are really the only two buy zones we have. Reason those are the only buy zones we have is because if we go down to the second deviation on either the daily or the 4 hour, those then turn into negative numbers, which is obviously not something we could buy. So really our buy zones are $17.50 and $8.70. After today's sell-off, we would expect these numbers to probably move quite quickly, so we could see that push down to around $17 in a few days. Now, if you don't want to be that impatient and you're looking where is likely going to be kind of a bounce area, then kind of where we were, around $24.25 is the half deviation on the 4 hour, and would most likely provide some sort of a bounce, something we don't usually trade off. So that's just something if you're really looking for a buy now, or you just want to be impatient, really that's the only level we can see. And if we go into a 1 day 1 minute chart, we can kind of see if the movement happened around there, and that's 24.25, and we can kind of see that did end up kind of being the bottom of today. And again, this is where it got its bounce. It came back and kind of pushed down to this level to consolidate on it. So that is showing us that this level does have some significance. So if you're being impatient, you want to be buying Pelton now, then that kind of 24.25 is kind of where we would be looking to buy, but not something I'll personally be touching. And where are our price targets on this? Really, our final price target is going to be around $39, because that's the closest statistical mean. And from there, we don't like holding past statistical mean, because then it turns into a lot more of a gamble. But then again, the problem you're going to have with Pelton is, again, its fundamentals have now changed, so the price targets are a bit more hard to kind of give, because they are most likely going to be different. So really, if you want to be on the safe side, 33 could be a bit safer of a target, because that's the half deviation on the daily. And you could also look at kind of today's, where the market kind of closed yesterday, as you would most likely expect the stock to come back to that level at one point or another. So if we were looking at that level, we'd be looking around $31.85. But in all reality, it is something I would kind of stay away from. Yes, when the stocks oversell this much, you do tend to get some sort of a bounce, but that's more something if you're looking to day trade. It would be considered quite a risky swing trade. But I hope you enjoyed the breakdown on Pelton. I hope that gives you some insight into the stock. If it did, I hope you drop a like and subscribe, and hope to see you in the next one. And that's it. Peace.
I go dumb for that money, dumb.